Yeah.
I'm good with 3 W's there. I think I picked 3 W's on those as a matter of fact.
I believe you did. Yes, you said 2-0 to the Blues.
Wow.
I
Oh,
think so. I think
yeah.
I think they're gonna find some form. And as much as are we talking about that one?
Mm,
We did. We talked about it, but you can give
we
your
did.
2 cents if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it's as much as X is disdain exists for Graham Potter. I think the players are going to go beyond it because I
Right.
think they're going to. I think there's a pride thing that's becoming attached to it now. They've seen the opportunity to be as good as they are, and I think getting themselves ready to play a kind of wounded Real Madrid. I think you gotta take all the energy boosts you can. This game is for Chelsea would be like their sensu bead if you're a Dragon Ball Z follower to
Yeah.
help them
Yeah.
kind of get ready to play Real Madrid because I think every time Chelsea looks like they're down and out and they're in the Champions League in the late stages, they have always done something where you're like, what is going on?
Right. We
And
compete.
and so I think they find a way to focus, and they know you get to catch a run of games where okay, we got this one, we looked good, we didn't like blow them away, but we looked good, we got a win, and that leads us into the tougher game where we only need to nick a 1-0 and just make sure we
Right.
defend. And so I think they'll be fine. I think what you said, Jake, 2-0 is what I sent you.
You said 2-0.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think I think they outclass the opponents
They.
and they go
Yeah.
from there.
I agree, man. I was right around the same line that you were. And pretty much almost that whole thing. I think it's going to be a little closer of a game than that. But I don't. I think we definitely take it to Villa for those reasons. I think that we have to look forward to this Real Madrid Champions League run. We
Y'all
need.
can't be looking, but y'all both of y'all looked right past the barely
We need the points.
that.
But if we, no, that's the thing though. If we drop one of these games, like that's the only thing we have going for us. So we have to prep our whole
Any
season.
hope? If you have any hope of qualifying for Europe with your league position, this game is important for momentum. I agree with Lewis, yes,
Yeah,
but
right.
beating Liverpool is massive.
Oh, beating Liverpool would be massive. Beating
Oh
Liverpool would
yeah,
solidify
Yeah,
again that 6 point jump. If we win both these games, we're
you can't.
right there in fourth, or we're right there in the fourth, fifth, sixth discussion, which is right where we need to be and what we can hope for at the end of the season. So like I said, I was right on the same lines that you were,
Yeah,
Lewis, when
absolutely.
when we were talking about it.
I don't think it's looking past them as much as it's sort of that incremental incremental goal. So for example, you got 38 to do, and you're like,
Yeah,
okay, I got to set my 10 goal mark. And so if Real Madrid is a test, I gotta or for example, I'm running the 10K. So hey man, yeah, I gotta run almost 6.5 miles. All right, can I run a mile without stopping? Okay, boom, I got a mile without stopping. Can I run 2 miles without stopping? I ran a mile and a half without stopping. Or whatever. Just whatever their thing is. And I think Chelsea is starting to kind of get their feet under themselves, and so
right.
that Liverpool game obviously will matter. But I think it's just finding you want to have consistency and rhythm, because then if they look good go in this one, man, when they go to the next game, they know they're going to be in for a fight for a Liverpool team that will have just come off of a loss. So you heard me. So for them, it makes it easier for them to be like, hey, they're a wounded animal. Real Madrid will be a wounded animal. So this will be like sort of that prenumptive. I'm thinking about what I might get attack wise and kind of plan accordingly. So I think it's good that this helps Potter kind of figure out his lineup and all that stuff, because I don't know. Like I know you guys were saying something about who was available for selections for Champions League, and I know it was some weird selections in there for Chelsea. So they got to kind of get those guys in where they fit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, definitely a big game. Definitely a big game.
It is a big game.
And Heck, you mentioned 6 points. Speaking of 6-pointers, West Ham are hosting Southampton.
Woof. That's a
It's,
big game for
it's
both
huge.
of them.
It's
West
18
Ham,
to 20.
Southampton, huge game. Who
That's
would have thought?
18 to 20. Massive,
Who would have thought?
massive
That'd
game
be a massive game.
that no one's gonna want to watch.
I only feel bad for Declan Rice in all of this. That's the only person I feel bad in this whole situation. To be on this bad of a West Ham team, he's gone.
They shouldn't
He's
be that bad though. They
they
shouldn't
shouldn't
They
be
be
that
shouldn't
bad.
be.
bad.
Last
It's
season
bad.
they were in the Europa.
They're in the conference league still.
Oh my
Yep,
They're
goodness.
they
still
won
playing
like
Conference
5-0
League
or
games.
whatever, didn't they?
Yeah,
Right.
they smashed.
Now they're going to be in the now they're going to drop down to the
They,
championship.
they're gonna win. They're gonna win the conference league. Be in Europa League, playing in
Be
the
in Europa
championship.
League, playing in the championship.
Is
Yep.
that allowed? Will they let them do that? Is that a thing?
How are they going to tell them no? Like
Well, they can because in my own personal city, why managers winning stuff they ain't supposed to. When Wigan beat City in the FA Cup final, they were in Europe, but they got relegated. And
Mhm.
Roberto Martinez, did he stay there or did he go to Everton already? I think he got a promotion, which that's a guy where, hey man, I just need to find out who his agent is and take a class from him on how to be where
For
I'm
sure.
not supposed to be, but
right.
continue to be there
Yeah.
in success.
Yeah.
Well, Lewis,
Successful
you said it'd be
position.
2-2.
Huge game.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I think it, because of the magnitude, I think they're both gonna be up for it, and I think that's something where they'll stay where they are. I don't think either team is actually very much better than the other, but I think you'll get a better game than some of those other bottom feeder games because I think they'll know they have to score goals, and unfortunately it'll be against each other and kind of cancel each other out.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow.
I had a kind of a different view of the game
Same.
because I've watched too many Southampton games this season, and they are just
They're bad.
terrible.
I say
Uh,
Bournemouth are bad. Southampton.
Southampton are bad, and their value for their 20th place spot in the table. West Ham are the home squad. I've been tooting my home field advantage horn. I've given West Ham a 2-0. Yeah.
You're not giving James Ward-Prowse a goal.
No, West Ham will they'll know better than to
They'll know
be
better than to
fouling
give
me,
it to them.
be
I had
fouling
West Ham
on
too.
top of the box.
I had
If
West
they
Ham
knew
2-0
better,
too.
they wouldn't be where they are.
This is true.
That's fair. That is
This is
very
true.
fair.
Hey, I have a perfect solution to the stadium issue. West Ham get relegated. We just use
You play the London Stadium.
and
Yeah.
we just play it London because
You
they
just
won't need
play
it
at the
because they
West
won't
Ham
even
Stadium.
need it.
Oh my goodness. And they can play at what was your old ground called?
Stamford Bridge. They can just play
No,
at the
no, no. The the training ground or whatever it was.
oh yeah, you're talking about Cobham where they play
Yes.
where the training
Yes.
academy is. Yeah,
Yeah.
Did
they
you
can just
just
play
say
at
at the
Cobham.
training ground? What
Yeah, they
kind
can
of
just play at
disrespect?
Cobham. They'll be in the championship. They're
They're
disrespecting themselves.
I don't think West Ham will get relegated. I think Moy keep
I
them
don't
up.
think they'll get right. I don't think they'll get relegated, but I do have a 2-0 here to West Ham. I think that being at home, if you have the most expensive beer in the entire league, you got to show up for it eventually, right? So,
Yeah, I think like I say, this is big, big. But if West Ham do win, their goal difference is also terrible. But they could no, if they win, they could leapfrog Palace and Wolverhampton because their goal
so
difference
then,
is not
yeah,
as
they'll
bad.
be in
They'll be
13th,
in 12th. Yeah, they could
13th,
jump to
12th.
12th. That's how tight it is down there. Um,
Yeah,
and
it's like 11th up is fine. 12
yeah,
down is
Southampton could jump to 16th with the right results with a win. So it's
wild.
nuts. It is a
It's a
big game, but
wild table.
I just don't see Southampton doing much because they
You,
don't
you
do
know,
much in
a
general.
funny thing about it is, and I know it's the running joke because I think somebody else said it, and we talked about it before. And I'm not calling the Premier League the farmers, but if half of your league is it has the potential to be relegated, What does that say? Like,
That
I
it's
mean,
the most competitive. It says that it's the most competitive league in the world because no other league is this tight every season.
Well, I mean, do we check other leagues like that? Because I know I'm not lying. I don't look at the bottom of anybody else's league, so I don't know what that looks like. And I would guess it's probably pretty competitive at the bottom of the Bundesliga and Liga and the rest. So I would guess that it's. I mean, if they're farmers, that means that you have one or two at the top, and the rest are pretty equal. So wouldn't that give you the same thing?
I mean, from 12th to
The last place team in the Liga only has 13 points.
oh, ouch.
And,
Yeah,
and,
it's not the same at all.
and would you say would Southampton walk over them?
I've never watched Alicia play, so
No,
Yeah,
but
it's
that's what I'm
Elche.
saying. Because
or
the thing
Elche.
about it
Okay,
is if we're looking at that, and I'm just asking for like a critical thinking thing.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
that if you're going 11 to 11 to 20 are within
4
a game
Mm-hmm.
4
of
points.
each other, right? Like one game could change all of it, right? Are you really? I mean, obviously the top end is heavy in the Premier League because Arsenal and City are clearly the class, and then you got like another kind of middling group,
Bracket,
and
right?
and then
Than everyone
And then it's
else.
the
It's
rest.
literally
then
it's
you got
literally
the
11th,
half of the league is at the bottom.
right?
I
But
don't know
I
if that's
think
But there's
competitive.
only 12 points between your brackets, right? So
right.
Palace, or not Palace, but Villa are on 38 and Palace are
Right.
on 27. So
I
it's only
think
11.
I think it shows how balanced our league is versus everyone else. Like
So you're
you
either
can't.
challenging or you're really bad.
I think
So
it's just
so
it
it's
shows you
comparing.
can't not show up in any given week. Like the Bundesliga is pretty tight. Looking at it, it really is until you get to the top. 20 is their last place. You go up 25th, 25 points is their 14th. But it's all within one game at the bottom of their table. I haven't looked at France's yet, but or Syria.
Napoli's running away with
Oh,
Italy.
Napoli's ran away with
Napoli's up
Syria,
19 points. Yeah.
right? But usually that's what we see from a superpower club, like in the French or the Bundesliga. Usually you see Bayern Munich up 17 points, 5 games left, no worries, they already popping kegs.
Yeah.
Like, but the bottom three of those are completely separated from in Serie A. It's pretty decent. 17 to 18, you're looking at 24 to so you're looking at a 5 point gap.
Yeah. But I think the real barometer,
8 point gap, 9.
I think the real barometer is Champions League, right? And the Premier League teams have not dominated the Champions League, really. We did the season that Liverpool and Spurs were in the final because I think we had
It was 5 teams, I think, that made it into the knockouts.
and so
But we've competed. We've been in a final though for the last. One of us has been there.
I don't
Real
know.
Madrid.
They weren't in the last 5 years. I think the Premier League has been in the final. I think all but one, if I'm not mistaken. 4 to 5 has had a Premier League team, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, maybe,
One
but
of us makes a deep. One of us has been there.
I think I tend to side with X that it's the competitiveness is what should be touted when you look at these tables. I get that we have some really bad, but we also have some really good teams. We're talking about Brighton Hove Albion might be playing Champions League. And that's not like I'm saying that Brighton are good enough. Their value. They've been really good at times this season.
They really, yeah, and they have.
But speaking of another actually really, really big game between two close teams, Newcastle are hosting Manchester United,
That's gonna be a
the
great game.
greatest team to ever exist.
I can't wait to watch this on Sunday morning. I'm glad it's on Sunday.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be a great game. Newcastle
game.
and Man United is gonna be a great game.
I
Yeah, but the Premier League really hit it out the park with scheduling, coming off a break, man.
Right.
right?
Right.
Absolutely. City, Liverpool, Newcastle United, Arsenal. You can watch. You can watch Chelsea, all at different times.
Yep.
I
All the
mean,
big guys are at different, yeah, and then you have
ex-
the Tottenham if you happen to
no,
choose wrong and be a Spurs
don't,
fan.
don't, don't even put them in the no. Um, we're talking about real teams right now.
Real
Real
teams,
team.
yeah, yeah.
So
If you're a Spurs fan, then
it's bad news bears for you if you're a
it's
Spurs fan.
bad news bears for
I'm
you.
just, I'm just gonna apologize for your choice.
Oh, your sporting director just got anyway. We're on the United right
Well,
now.
we're almost there. We'll
We're
get there.
almost there. Yeah, we're almost there.
I said that this would be a barnstormer. I said 2-2,
Wow.
just like Lewis. Lewis said 2-2 as well.
Yeah, man. I think Newcastle is motivated. I mean, they lost to United in the the
Carabao.
this
In the Carabao.
The we can't
See, that's
Carabao.
cup.
I thought the revenge would come out. That's why I put Newcastle on top here at home. I thought that they would want it.
I
2-1
think
is what I
United is
said.
good enough though. Like as much as we want to dislike them, they're actually decent this year. They're not a bad team.
No, United will never be they could win the league. United's never going to be a good team for me. Ever.
I didn't say
I
they
will
were good. I
no.
just said they weren't bad.
They're not bad. I like it. I like it.
Because I
Yeah.
mean, like Rashford, I mean, his form has come down
Yeah.
to like earth, but he's still. I mean, he's been playing at a world class level, and I think that's enough. And Newcastle, like this is not the beginning of the season. Newcastle, this is, current form Newcastle, who,
Right.
they haven't been really creative, and they've been kind of, just kind of eking games out recently. So I think they show up at home, but I think United is good enough to get a point.
Yeah, it's a massive one for sure. As long as they don't play Veghorst in the 10.
Oh, if they do that, I'm definitely going by 2-1.
No, I think Ten Hog's probably, old Seven Hogs finally figured out that that's probably not a good move.
Not the move. Not
But
the move
once
for
again,
United.
looking at the table, that's third place for Newcastle with a victory
Yep.
on goal difference, but the gap there is considerable, and especially it will be if they win
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
14 goal
It's already
difference.
plus,
Yeah.
yeah, they're already
Holy
better 14
cow.
goals.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Massive.
and I'll be happy, because once again, somebody will have leapt Spurs and they will
Spurs.
finally not be in fourth place. I
Well,
mean,
I mean,
they're
we know
literally on fire. Like,
we know it's gonna do this for them now.
yeah,
They
I
lost
just
But
one of the
Newcastle has 2 games in hand on the Spurs, right?
yeah,
mm,
on Spurs, yes, yeah.
yes.
Um,
Spurs and Arsenal have played the most
I
out of that
think
top
that
table.
this game, yeah, I think it's too close to call. To be honest with you, I don't know if they'll be able to find a winner. Um, I think they'll cancel each other out. I think that home field advantage is going to be big. St.
I think
James,
the
St. James
revenge
is
is what I'm
just
going for.
ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I hope you're right, man. I hate United as much as the next
I
guy.
hate United.
So,
So
I'd much rather see Newcastle.
But Casemiro's back for this one, right?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, he is off his ban. Ugh.
You know what?
La di
Wait
da.
a minute. Wait a minute. So if Casemiro is back for this game, and I said a draw, I don't know if I want to draw anymore because the greatest center
Here we
defensive
go.
midfielder ever to breathe air
Here we go.
will be back.
Here
And
we go.
I mean, Rashford will be there, and I'm sure Fred will be there. That's the almost the greatest because he's breathing the same air as Casemiro. So I don't know. I don't know now. I might have to go with the United win.
No.
I don't know.
Do you want to switch it
I
up?
am. Change my pick. 3-2 United.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, he's done it. He's switched it. 3-2 United. X, what did you do? You mentioned Casemiro, and he's
The
gone on.
I mean,
greatest
I had to bring
holding
up the
midfielder
greatest
ever.
holding midfielder ever, but
Gone on. I'm staying strong.
I'd 2-1.
I think Bruno Guimaraes is gonna put one on your greatest center defensive midfielder ever. I'm sticking to my guns
It's
in the
the
two.
it's the It's the Magpies, right? That's their
Yeah, is that a
that's
bird? I think.
that's their mascot, I think. I read it the
But
other day and I
but
was
they're
like,
the,
that
but
can't
they're the Toon Army.
I have no idea, bro. I thought
No,
the
no, they're the
No
George.
one can hold Casemiro. No one.
Hey, if anyone can, it's that
Greatest
12th man. It's the
ever.
Toon. The Geordies in the Toon Army. Where do they come up with these names?
and they have a dinosaur as their mascot. This makes no sense.
Just like Arsenal.
Yeah, y'all's. Well, I get why you
Just
don't
make
want
everyone's mascot a dinosaur.
to just a dinosaur
Well,
at
I
this
mean,
point.
but Gunnersaurus Rex kind of makes sense. It kind of, a Gunnersaurus. That I get that. That kind of, I mean, it don't make sense, but it makes sense.
It makes
I'd be
sense. If you
pushing
don't
around a
think about it.
cannon. I'd be pushing around a cannon, shooting it off every
A
time we did
cannon with
something right.
eyeballs
Oh.
that would just creep people out. Oh my goodness gracious. Well,